We're live.
Yeah, hopefully the sound is good.
Okay. Kuala Lumpur, a city that's home to over 4 million people, and the 47th most populated capital city in the world. Is just a 48-minute drive north on the E2 motorway from where we are right now, the Sepang International Circuit, which has held its first Grand Prix back in 1999, won by everyone's favourite British driver, Eddie Irvine. However, after rising costs and a poor fan participation, it is no longer part of the World Championship calendar. Hello everyone and welcome to round one of the Sim Racing Hub Winter Series, a 4-circuit championship, 7 races to decide the final spots on the grid for 2018 for the Sim Racing Hub World Championship. Matt Hartley in the booth for you this evening, and I'm alongside a man who's so fast he has the word NOS in his first name. It is Jan Nos. I'll take care of that. An echo. Ooh. Sounds sexy. Well, that's what the first round is for, right? Time to test. I hope you know how, because I'm not much help with this.
Alright, testing 1, 2, 3.
Are we back? Are we live?
I think it should be good. Try again.
We are back. We are live. All right, we're good now. Well, I'm not going to do the whole intro spiel again.
Actually,
I already did it once.
I can hear myself.
Oh, that's okay. I can hear you. That's all that matters. So while we're trying to figure out exactly what's going,
Sound way higher than I did.
while we're trying to, I'm just louder. I think it's just a natural thing. You're too calm. You're too relaxed, especially to be a steward. That's not gonna.
I'll let you do the talking tonight.
So while we're trying to figure out all the technical stuff in the broadcast booth, these guys here are trying to figure out, well, a lot of things on the car, because it's very early. Very early to be running a race. How long has this mod been live now on the server? Well, that's plenty of time to build a race-winning car, right? You only need, first, what? Would you say God built the earth in 7 days? Well, you can build a car in 5 days, apparently. We're gonna find out who's the best at it.
Sure. Okay, I guess it's time to move to Q1.
Alright, Q1, here we go. And we are live in Q1 at the Sepang International Circuit. And every single driver that was on a hot lap right at the end of qualifying is hating the fact that the session got moved. That happens to me on a regular basis. However, it's time to put all of that away, and it's time to find out who will make it into Q2. Will there be a Q2 here today, Janos? Is there enough drivers?
Yeah, it's a nice attendance tonight.
So how many will make it through to Q2? Is it gonna be 10?
It should be 10, hopefully 10.
Okay, so one person will get eliminated right now.
Exactly.
Who will be the one? I mean, this is gonna be, stay tuned to your seats. This is gonna be great. You don't want to be the one guy. Although if you're gonna qualify 10th anyway, you may as well put whatever tires on you want.
That is correct.
So same rules and regulations, correct? For the
rules, exactly. The difference will be in the sprint race, where they can do whatever they want with the tires.
Oh, expect to see a few guys go with the wets then. So which compound do they have to use? The hardest of the 3, which would be the hard tires, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And that is just for the first race and not the sprint race. See, these winter series, we're not used to these. Although
I remind myself the rules again.
I came very close to qualifying for this thing, I have to say. So That would have been, I would have been asking the same questions right now.
Exactly.
So everybody's on a hot lap. Let's see who is on, let's see who's on the track first. And who's going to be the first one to come through and complete the lap? Looks like Shepard is about to start one. And he looks like, yes, he will be the first, if my eyes serve me correctly. So we will go live on board with Thomas Shepard. Second place going into the session comes around turn 2 and 3. 3 is not really a turn, to be honest. If 3 is a turn, you've got bigger problems. Heading up to the hill in seventh gear, heavy locking. Very, very heavy front bias on that car. Through 4 and 5, 6th gear. Now through the 5, 6, fast S. Look at the tire smoke on the left-hand side. Just makes old grannies cry. Into the 7, 8. Very, very tough complex. Very easy to crash out. You can run wide into the gravel. Your race is done. You can spin around. Your race is done. Heavy braking now into turn 9. 10, again, if you're struggling through 10, that's because your car is not set up right. Through 11. And then you're going to get through 12. How fast will we go through 12?
Fast
very,
enough.
very quickly. And then slow it down for 13. One of the hardest corners on the calendar. I'm going to say that is in the top 10 hardest corners on the calendar. It doesn't look like it, but the car does not want to go right, and you want to go right. Then up through the gears into the final turn through the shadows. And onto the start finish straight to finish the lap. Shepard was the first one to complete the lap. Look at that. I know what I'm doing. A 132.586. And Sanabria goes right back by, way in front. And then Double B, Ben Bocart, goes into P1 with a 30.5. Of course, this is Q1, so it's not going to set these guys' times, but some quick laps going early on.
Osvaldo Angelone seems to be putting purple times.
Georgiev is going to come across the line to complete his lap. He's going to go to P1, half a second up with a 30.0. Jacopo Cardozo split right in there. Just managed to duck into number 2 with a 30.542. A lot of guys going right back out. As soon as they get in, no time to talk, get me back out again. This is valuable practice time, actually, for some of these guys. Every lap counts, and for everything else, there's MasterCard. Some more times coming through. Paulo Rodriguez. Oh, wow. That rolls right off your tongue, doesn't it? Paulo Rodriguez.
Easy if you speak Spanish.
Yeah, which I don't. So we will do as best as we can. He's going to go into P8 with a 33.898. Carlos Reina, the bringer of rain, goes in P2. And Osvaldo Angelone, look at that time. A 28.212.
Very quick.
Is he going to gain every single point in the Winter Series? That's going to be the question.
I think it's going to be between him and Ivan.
I would think that Osvaldo can probably qualify for the series after the first race here with enough points. I think I'm going to put a new rule. If he laps everybody, he gets double points. He is quick. So let's go on board. I suppose we'll go on board with Osvaldo Angelone if the cameras are going to play along.
We are with him.
We may as well go along with the fastest. He's running around again, second lap. How is this lap looking?
So far it's only green, no purples.
Only green. Oh, and he's coming into the pits. Oh, that's not the thing you want to see on camera, but
yeah, spinning
just
life,
bails and goes back to the garage. So
right.
Angelone ahead of Reina, Georgiev, Cardozo, Bocart, Sanabria, Danny Corriveau just moved up, P7. The captain, John Cook in P8. Thomas Shepard 9th. Paulo Rodriguez is 10th. And Juan Palacios is yet to turn a lap, or yet to finish a lap. actually. He is on the track right now, heading to the start-finish line. So we will go on board with the Ferrari. He goes into P10, just enough to get the job done. And it looks like Rodriguez might be the man left out. He's half a second back he's going to have to try and find.
Hello, fellas. How you doing tonight?
Hey Adam, how's it going? I'll let you guys do the talking while I drive the cameras.
All right, we have a new member in the booth. That's what we do here. You know, we keep it entertaining. We're gonna keep adding people in all night. You know, I think a few more special guests may be on. Stay tuned. You'll have some fun. We are just loving this Q1 with one guy eliminated. This is
impressive stuff.
This is quite. I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm actually off my seat, but that's because the microphone won't reach. So
it's only 4 minutes left.
A couple guys I'd like to talk about. A few guys that have actually been in this series before. So we got quite a few rookies. Angelone, is he a rookie? Well,
yeah, he had a few races last year, but most of them were podium finishes.
Didn't look like a rookie, that's for sure.
No.
He actually got second place at this Grand Prix on his debut.
Yeah.
Last year.
He put up a fight.
So that was, and it sprayed rumors because Otto Acosta was not racing that race. And with his first name beginning with an O and his second name beginning with an A, and he was driving the same car as Otto, it really did spray rumors
Conspiracy theory.
Maybe Acosta was doing something, but as it turns out, no. So, I mean, I guess at the end of Q1 here, what is it, 3 minutes 43 to go. Chump change, really, to make some extra changes. If you're in the 33s, you're going to be around the bottom. If you're in the 28s, you're going to be at the top. That's kind of how it rolls around here. Who do we like? Adam, who do you like for the Winter Series?
I don't think there's much guesswork as to who the alien is here tonight. Osvaldo has easily got a second on everybody in his quali laps. So I think it's pretty easy pick for Angelone. Obviously, Ivan's got the second best pace, but Carlos is coming on pretty quick.
Yeah, Reyna's a good story actually. He's been doing pretty well. Like he gets up near the top of the timesheets when you don't kind of expect him to. But he got 12 points last year and finished 22nd place in the championship. But he had a 5th at Suzuka. He qualified 6th at Sepang this race last year. And he finished 10th at Sepang in the race. So he kind of springs from nowhere. So I would expect some good results from Reyna.
Yeah, how many races did he complete last year? Compete in?
I'd have to
probably
look at
like
stats.
Half of them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was quite a big amount of races though. So I was pretty impressed with what he managed to achieve with some points finishing positions.
Yeah, it seems like when he shows up, he is on.
Hopefully that will be today. So how are we looking down in the 10th, 11th fight here? Rodriguez, are we on a hot lap?
Rodriguez, he's
going yellow.
Portugal. He is in Portugal right now, racing this race.
Oh boy, that is early morning. That
is commitment right there. You don't want someone who's putting that much commitment into pump P11. Come on. Let's get that into the top 10. There might be several different cars the same. Oh, that's wide. Oh, and Rodriguez is into the wall. I don't think he's going to have enough time. That is that. Game over. Double ones for Paulo Rodriguez. He will be the odd man out in this one. Qualifying with a 33.623, which is actually much faster than I was going earlier on. So that's a little bit depressing. So lots of work to do after only a few days on the server.
Yeah, Paulo's a pretty good guy. I've raced with him in other leagues, the European leagues.
newbie over to Sim Racing Hub, and that's fantastic. I couldn't even imagine. Well, actually, that's a lie. I've done it before. I've been in England and I've raced over here, and at 3 a.m. and plugged in the laptop, and I was actually using the keyboard. In order to get enough points in the championship, I had to complete 2 laps. So I started at the back and ran around for 2 laps.
Put the limiter.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta do what you gotta do. It was either that or let my father race, and it turned out the keyboard was faster. So he didn't make the cut.
Oh boy.
I always said, Janos, when are we going to have the wife and girlfriend league? When is this gonna be?
We are far from there.
I thought this was the Me Too era. Where is the ladies? Come on.
I thought, are we closer this year than we were last year? That's all. Are we making progress?
I think we are. I just need to buy a wheel.
There you go. That's all we need.
So time's up.
Time is up. We can run down the order. There. Adam, take away the order for how they finished in Q1.
It's not done yet. We got Cardoso on track.
Oh,
yeah, he aborted. He aborted, and then who's left? Sanabria maybe? Yeah, Sanabria's finishing the lap. Yeah, he moves. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but he moved.
Yeah, exactly. It's pride.
Anyone else on track?
Like position 1, Angeloni. Looks like Carlos Reno held on to the 2nd position, which I am really surprised. Look at that time, 29.0. He has not set that time all week.
Sandbagger.
Ivan taking the 3rd spot. It's like Cardozo in 4th, Snobbery in 5th, Double B Balcott in 6th, Thomas Shepard 7th, Danny Carvo in 8th, the Captain Cook in 9th, and Juan Palacios in 10th. And looks like Carlos Rodriguez missed out and is in not making it to Quali 2.
He's in prime position, the best seat in the house to watch the session. That's what you're saying. As we will get ready.
Watch the carnage.
Exactly. We will go into Q2. Now Parc Ferme actually is applied. So let's see whether that changes some of the times. Maybe there's a few guys going out there with the negative radiator out there. Let's see what happens.
Hopefully they'll remember.
Yep, we've all made that mistake.
If we see the smoke, we'll find out.
Yep, especially if you're smoking at the start of the race.
Oh yeah.
That's never a good sign. So who will be first on track? Who is going to be waiting at the lights? Let's take a look. It looks like Sanabria got a nice jump. He's out there pretty early. Osvaldo's waiting in the garage. He feels pretty confident here. So guys have got 7 minutes. That's 2, maybe 3 runs. If you really don't like your first run, you can abandon it and come back in. And you probably get another 2 runs after that. So plenty of time to make some things happen. That's why Angelone is just sitting in the garage, waiting. He's counting his points that he will gain here today already. Still doing 2 points, correct, for the Winter Series poll? Is that something?
Let me double check. Yeah, qualifying on pole position is actually 4 points.
4 points? Is it not 2 for each?
Nope.
Wow. 4 points on the line. That's 8 points. Somebody could qualify for the whole series just putting it on pole twice. I'm going to go on board with...
well, there's actually one qualifying.
For the two races?
Yeah, the sprint, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse the order for the first 10 positions in the main race.
Oh. That means Rodriguez starts last again. That is...
yeah.
That is mean.
The rule book.
Okay. On board with Alejandro Sanabria in the Honda McLaren, which looks very, very similar to the Manor from a few years ago. Just saying. Into turn 1, a middle line. You can take 2 lines around this section. If you really want to, you can cut back deep, so long as you keep it on the track out of 2, which he manages to do. Up through the gears 6 and 7. We already passed turn 3, you didn't even see it. Into 4 we go, uphill. Very, very difficult. You got to clip the curb but not run out that wide. I think he got away with it okay. And now through the daunting 5 and 6. 6th gear for both. Keeps it on the track. Will the traffic be a problem in front? That's wide. Too wide.
Goes wide.
That turn is very difficult to do,
So
especially 50
Ben
odd
is
times
setting
around.
purple time, sector 1.
Ben
And he loses control.
The commentator's curse.
Yeah, exactly. It's Janos' curse.
I just put out my camera to him, and I don't know, I saw we're going backwards.
Jacobo has purple time.
Jacobo Cardozo in the pink Force India.
Let's go on board.
Still strange to me. Palermo colors. Cardozo coming through the gears down the back straight. 7th. 8th gear he tips into. 205. Hard on the brakes. Again, middle line, but you can get away with it. It's one of the only turns on the calendar you can get away with missing the apex completely, which Jacobo Cardozo did, and a 30.8, which I believe is a little slower than what he did in Q1, but he is provisional P1 right now.
Jacobo is not a typical qualifying driver. He lights up in the race.
That is true. He always comes up in the race. And there is Ivan going ahead with the 29.6. Danny Corriveau with a pretty solid time, but he's down in 3rd with a 31.5. The captain, John Cook, just sailed his ship into P4 with a 32.2.
Looks like Angeloni's coming around to the finish line here in just a moment.
What will Osvaldo do? It's a 28.6.
P1.
A second faster than anybody else.
He's going out again.
Nobody else. He wasn't happy with his 28.6. No one else can do a 28.
I guess he wants to make the race boring for us.
I like it. Especially in the sprint when he's going to start down in 10th place. That would be fantastic. Right. Plus reliability. That's going to be a question. A lot of these guys don't know what ride to run, what duck to run, what boost to run, what mixture to run. There's many questions going into this first race. Juan Palacios finished a lap at 32.5. That's a much better lap, I believe, than he did in the first session. Nobody in the 33s. Now Shepard does put a 33, 2 up. Carlos Reina to the line to start a hot lap. Where will this land him?
Let's go on board with Carlos.
You don't want to start down in P8, especially not with the pace that he showed in Q1 with 2. And this is where you start getting the butterflies. You see? Do you abandon that? I think you've got to abandon that lap.
But hey, that's your favorite position.
Maybe he wants to keep hold of it. He's certainly driving that way right now. I think you got to abandon that lap. I got to be honest. Unless you got enough to go again.
There's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
It's enough time to go in the garage.
That might be tight.
This will move him up. I mean, that mistake wasn't... He didn't go off the track. He could definitely get up into 4th. Probably 3rd or 4th spot.
His first sectors, though, is 7/10 off.
Yeah, 7/10. I mean, if his rest of his sectors are as good as Angelone, that'll put him in P2. But I don't think that's going to happen. Ben Boca put in a 31.0 P4. Jacobo with the 30.3 in P3. He would love to start in P3. I think this lap's going to put us somewhere around that Jacobo line, maybe a little bit behind. So let's see what Carlos Reina, the bringer of rain, can do. P4.
So maybe he has enough fuel on board to take it another lap.
Hopefully, because he cannot go back to the garage and get going again now. That would be a very, very bad decision. 33.0 for Shepard. That is the slowest time on the board, but pretty much everybody's out of the 33s now. Much better first sector this time round for Reina.
Yes. Yes, his best of this session.
Reina's put him in
23.2.
personal bests. Sideways coming out of the chicane, but that's how we like it. Oh, keeps it on the track.
There's
Missed the
a tire
second
smoke
apex.
coming out. He's really pushing it.
Heavy braking. Hit the apex beautifully. Right on the outside. This turn, the car is hooked up quite nicely. Now into the right-hander. Should glide it out and then through the very fast left. Even straight up to 7th out of that turn. And then you see the guys getting the nose in. That's a really, really, really good line to get through there. It's very difficult to get the nose in. Through the gears. Where will Carlos Reina end up? He's gonna surely jump over Cardozo. Can he get past Ivan? Zeros on the clock. Reina to the line.
Moves to P2. Not bad.
Did it under pressure.
Let's go with SRHF.
Only 6/10 off. And here is Ivan Georgiev. Comes around. He used a lot more of the track around that turn. But that's fine. Again, different lines. So long as you get the speed onto this main straight. And he's already over the 200 mark. Going into the final turn. 207. Heavy braking. Will he get around? And can he take that place right back from Carlos Reina?
Don't think he's got it. No.
Nope.
P3.
Not too far, but not enough.
So close, but no one cares.
Anyone on track?
There is a Force India in the gravel. That is Cardozo. Not sure why, what he's doing, but he's still out there. Double B.
Ben's bow code.
Yeah, he's still on a lap. However, not sure how the lap has been, but he's on a lap.
It's a good lap for him. It's green times.
That should jump him over Sanabria then.
Yeah, we might get to see something.
As long as you don't come too wide, which he didn't do, so he's fine.
Yeah,
and yes,
yeah.
he does
Jumps him.
Could you have more excitement?
Yeah.
There you go, right at the end. I actually did have more excitement once, but it was one day. It was a snowy Wednesday. So let's run down the order then. Osvaldo Angelone. P1. Shock and awe. I think a minute silence is needed for the surprise that is. Okay, long enough. Carlos Reina in P2. Ivan Georgiev. Probably disappointed with P3. To be honest, he's been leading the timesheets. He led the timesheets after practice. So if anything, he's probably a little bit disappointed. Jacobo Cardozo P4. Ben Boca is in 5. Alejandro Sanabria 6. Danny Corriveau in 7. The captain, John Cook, in my favorite position, P8. Juan Palacios is 9th. And Thomas Shepard rounds out the top 10 with Paulo Rodriguez watching the session from the back. I don't suppose this qualifying session will do anything to change anyone's opinion that Angelone is the favorite here today. But I do believe that Carlos Reina is probably the man of the session.
Yeah, he put up a nice recovery lap.
Under pressure, too. The bringer of rain does not sweat under pressure. He really messed it up. I thought he should have gone back to the garage, but everybody else thought, no, stick with it. And it turns out I was wrong. First time ever. 4 minutes to go in this warm-up session. I mean, just think of all the changes you can make in 4 minutes with Parc Ferme. I mean, you know, you can look at wheel degrees.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that.
You can do brake bias. I mean, that's a second a lap right there. I think this is generally the time where you just want to do a few practice starts and kind of make sure that you got everything right. And If you didn't change your radiator back after Q1, this is when you're pleading to Janos. That's why he's not talking much right now.
He's
having guys crying to him, please do something.
It's just making sure here we have Osvaldo Angelon in P1, Carlos Reina in P2, Ivan Georgiev P3, Jacobo Cardoso P4, Ben Bocoat P5, Alejandro Sanabria P6, Danny Corribo P7, the captain John Cook in P8, Juan Palacios P9, Thomas Shepard P10, Paulo Rodriguez P11, and Aaron Jimenez in P12.
That's a guy we've not talked about.
Yeah,
new guy
he's just joined
on the grid, P12, Aaron Jimenez. Very, very quick. I would have been interested to see whereabouts he would have landed in this qualifying session, actually. $31 points last year for Jimenez, 17th place. Actually, that is the highest place position in the championship from any of the drivers in the Winter Series. 17th. He got a 5th at this race last year. Just bolt on the same car and you'll be good. He's going to have his work cut out from P12 though. So as the drivers get ready to go, we will take a quick kind of 2-minute rundown for what will we expect to see here today.
I'll take a quick 2-minute pit stop. Be right back. Go ahead.
That's when I take over. Yep. That's when I take over. So, 2 races. Sprint race, feature race. Feature race is first. So it's a much longer race. So guys are going to have to come in to change tires. They're going to have to run the harder compound. That is more... We're going to get them more results to see who would do better in the actual series because it's very, very similar to regular races that we run. This sprint race, well, that's just a bit of fun, really, isn't it? About 15 laps. Guys starting at the back, who should be in the front. They saved that till last, just to, that's the hook to keep everybody watching. It's not me. I got news for you. It's not me. It is the sprint race. That is the reason why people stay up to watch. Will Paulo Rodriguez be able to stay awake that long?
I am back.
We'll find out. Janos is back.
Yes, that was quick.
That was great.
I made it like the Williams team.
Now, truth on heart, Janos, if the race is going down to the wire and you know you're going to have to make a call as a steward, but, you know, the bathroom is calling, what do you do?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Depends. It depends on number 1, number 2, you know. Number 2 takes priority.
And he's not talking about second place, folks. He's not talking about second place. Stay in school, kids. Okay, 40 seconds to go in the world's most exciting warm-up session, I have to say. This is the number 1. Who will take the golden duck, as I call it, which is first place in the warm-up session, which no one cares about? It will be Aaron Jimenez right now with a 34-0. Boca is going sideways. That's not something you want to see right before the start of the race. So with 10 seconds to go, we will start to get warmed up and get ready for our grid run through as me and Adam will do it one by one on the grid run through as we go through the formation lap. But we get ready for the first test that these drivers will face this year. And I think the biggest thing to do in this race, I've never been in one, so I mean, take my optimism wisely here, but finish the race. That's what you gotta do. Don't leave race 1 in the Winter Series with a goose egg on the board.
Yeah, the Winter Series is all about grabbing as many points as you want. As you can, actually. Not one. You want the most.
Grab them as you want. Also, in the Winter Series last year, there was a few guys, like Corey Mackey joined, the last round last year?
Yeah,
and
halfway there.
Points. Yeah, exactly. So, guys are going to add on. It's crucial to get these points as early as you can, because you never know when Osvaldo Angelone is going to spawn some children and they're going to come up and take the rest of the points away. So as we get ready for the formation lap, away we go. We will go and do the grid run through on P1. Osvaldo Angelone in the Red Bull, driving the Red Bull right now. Of course, all of these guys are still eligible for whatever car they want, as long as it's not been taken by the top drivers. But Osvaldo Angelone with pole position in the Red Bull.
In his second place, driving the wonderful Honda. We all know how wonderful that car is this year. The Carlos Reina, the bringer of rain.
Plug for Honda there, love it. Ivan Georgiev, the Ferrari, he is on board, so that's good. I was really concerned that we would have like 3 Ferraris all at the front. Commentator's nightmare for the Winter Series, but Ivan has chosen the Ferrari, the bright red. He will be in P3 with a chance probably to win this race here today.
Yeah, and coming in 4th place, Jacobo Cardoza. He's been around for a while. I'm not really sure how long, but
Too long.
Too long, yeah. Driving the pink Sahara Force India.
P5, Double B Ben Bocart. He is also driving. He's driving the Williams. He was in the Ferrari. We all switched around. So he's in the Williams in P5.
Yeah, I believe he's brand new. I haven't seen him around yet. In the 6th place, Leandro Sanabria.
Very nicely done. Also driving the Honda. Another plug for Honda, maybe?
I think they've had enough.
Danny Corriveau, P7. We're going to have to speed this up. The drivers are speeding through this warm-up lap. Very quick lap.
John Cook, the Toro. No, he's in the Red Bull tonight.
He is, and he's in P8. Juan Palacios is P9, but he's way behind the field. I think he's had some type of an issue on the formation.
He had a spun.
Oh boy, that's never a good thing to start.
In 10th place, we have Thomas Shepard. Looks like he is in the Sauber.
11th place, Paulo Rodriguez, also in the Sauber.
And rounding it off at 12th is Aaron Jimenez in Ferrari.
So 28 laps is the race as we get ready here at Sepang for round 1 of the Winter Series. Will there be contact, or will all these drivers get through clean? We are waiting for the lights.
Let's see, we had some issues with this.
Still waiting for the
This
lights.
is classic.
Baby, will the lights go out? Guy's starting to overheat.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. We have 2, 3, 4. I'm a racing.
A lot of
in
smoke.
Sepang. Looks like Angelone got a good start. Will Reina also beat him into turn 1? He's up the inside, side by side. Look at Bocart. Wow, what a start from Ben Bocart. He's going to go around the outside.
Oh.
Angelone is gone. Did he spin? Was
It's
the
like
contact?
Reina caught his back tire.
Reina's
that
struggling.
First turn.
He's struggling too, probably has damage. So that means Ben Bocart is leading this race. What a start. Talk about your first race being gifted. First place. Through the field. Oh, Cardozo has spun. Cardozo. Falling down the timesheets now. Danny Corriveau and Aaron Jimenez side by side, the 2 Ferraris. Jimenez already up to P6. And he's up to P5.
Running the hard tires. No,
Jimenez?
just switched.
Jimenez
Looks like it's soft now.
should. I think he can win this race. I think he can win this race. Look at Sanabria too. He's also up there. Georgiev, I mean, somehow Ivan Georgiev is in the same position that he started in, but with 2 different guys ahead of him. I mean, I've never seen that before.
He stayed pretty clean through that first section.
So what is the view of that first corner incident? Looked like a racing incident between Reina and Angelone. Is that correct? Is that what we're going to call it? Angelone is off. Where is he going? He was off the circuit again. I think he must have big damage or...
I could not tell. I couldn't tell if Angelone pulled down into him or if Reina slid out wide.
Palacios coming into the pits.
Palacios into the pits.
Broken front wing.
That's not the best way to start. But Osvaldo Angelone did not pit, so he's obviously feeling that he has the car underneath him. But he's 19 seconds behind, and there's already one of the 28 laps gone. And Ben Bocart, what a start he has had. He is now leading the race, being chased down by Alejandro Sanabria,
Having
who's
another
much
look
more
here
experienced.
at turn 1, slowly.
We've got a pretty tight battle between Ivan and Carlos at the moment.
Yeah,
third
looks
place.
like turn 1 was just a race incident. Some contact between Angelone and a McLaren, let me see. And Reina, yeah.
Yep. So probably no further action going to be taken on that one. So it worked out a little bit better for Reina. He is in P4, but he did not gain from it. He actually fell backwards too, so not the start that you want in the Winter Series. You want to get through the first turn cleanly.
Checking the start on board from Cardoso because he had an incident as well.
Cardozo's down in P9th now.
Yeah, lost a lot of ground in that opening lap.
Cardozo doesn't have very good luck.
Yeah.
It seems like he was taken out a lot last year.
Is it luck? That is the question. I find a lot of the time the problem that Jacobo Cardozo mostly has as he goes up the inside of Paulo Rodriguez for a nice move. So I'll be very kind to him because that was a nice pass. But as Yano said earlier on, if qualifying is not your strength, you find yourself in the middle of the pack, and that is where all of the fun happens.
Looks like he spun by himself, actually. Cardoso on that opening lap.
He scared himself.
Yeah.
So Carlos Reina is catching up to Ivan Georgiev, who's keeping pretty quiet right now, has to be said. Georgiev on the soft tires. How's everybody doing on tires? Everybody looks like is on the soft tires. Aaron Jimenez is on the hard tires.
Aaron turned, what, 3-4 laps before this race?
Yeah, not much.
Didn't have a chance to practice quality?
Well, he had a week for that.
Like I said, he was the highest finisher last year in the championship that's running here today. Reina fell back. He made a mistake. Carlos Reina went off the circuit somewhere, and he is now down into P5. Jimenez has overtook him, and Jimenez is up to P4. Sanabria can't quite get into DRS range from Ben Bocart, who was doing an excellent job for his first race. 1.2 seconds out front. So, through the field, after 2 laps we go. We have Ben Bocart in P1, Alejandro Sanabria P2, Ivan Georgiev P3, Aaron Jimenez P4. Carlos Reina is 5, John Cook is 6, he's managed to avoid most of the carnage. Danny Corriveau is 7th, Jacobo Cardozo 8th, Osvaldo Angelone is up to 9th. He is catching the leader, he's 17.9 behind, but is that going to be enough? We will find out, it will be close. Paulo Rodriguez is 10th, Thomas Shepard 11th, and Juan Palacios is already way behind in P12 after already coming into the pits.
Yeah, nobody has retired yet, I'm surprised.
That's a good thing, a good surprise.
Yeah.
It's my Christmas gift to you. So Bocart, although he's pulling away from Sanabria, the real race is he pulling away from Osvaldo Angelone? And the answer is no. First place is racing 9th right now.
Let's go with Carlos, just made an overtake on Jimenez.
Nice pass, getting his place back, but you can't get credit for taking a place back that you just held a few laps ago that you gave away.
Yeah.
You can stop insults, but you can't get any credit. I refuse
Especially
to give him
when you use the DRS.
That's true. But he will get all the credit if he can catch up Ivan Georgiev and get that place. Sanabria is now 2.4 behind. Bocart is pulling away. Very solid pace, I have to say.
Yeah, he's putting a purple sector 1 now.
Qualified 5th? It's amazing. When you get out front, it's amazing how much time you can find.
Clean air.
Clean air and a smile on your face. Reina on Georgiev looks like that's going to be the next pass that goes along. Although Angelone is now catching up to the pack, so he's caught up on the back of Jacobo Cardozo. So expect this pass to happen any minute now. Oh, Angelone sideways coming out of the turn. Now he's way behind. He will still be in DRS range, but Cardozo's going to have DRS from Danny Corriveau up front, who's made a mistake. Jacobo Cardozo and Danny Corriveau. This could happen right here.
Carlos Reina, it looks like he's in DRS coming down the front straight. He might get Ivan here.
Cardozo made the pass done, and here goes Reina on Georgiev. Back-to-back passes, and Reina gets the pass done. Will Cardozo hold on to P7 after he just made the pass? Yes, he will. So both guys with a nice, clean pass. But now look at Osvaldo Angelone, and Corriveau is on the grass, and he's taken out Angelone. Oh,
no.
When it's not your day,
Another
it's not your
incident
day.
to take a look.
This is where Yano shines. We need the steward's music. That's what we need.
Oh boy. You know what happened there.
And we have our first DNF. Juan Palacios out of the race.
I think Angelone got the worst luck there. Corriveau was out of control already.
He's in the wrong place at the wrong time, but that's what happens when you're in P9.
Yeah, you gotta avoid all those dummy incidents, I guess.
The happiest man on the circuit right now is Ben Bocart, but he's now being caught by Alejandro Sanabria. So Sanabria's now woke up and smelt the win. And look, he's right there on Bocart. He could get the pass done right here. Bocart going defensive. It's only lap 5. Oh, very early back off from Sanabria. He's going to try and line him up. Yeah. Didn't get a good launch off that last corner, but he will get DRS, and this could be a pass. Look at Bocart, immediately defensive to the inside, and great straight line speed.
Bocart is running on very low downforce.
Sanabria around the outside.
Takes the lead now.
What a pass. Can Bocart get him back and line him up? He does have low wing. He's going to get a good run out of this corner. This could get very tasty. Will he go defensive?
Oh boy.
Bocart didn't know which way to go. He didn't make his decision quick enough, and I think it ended up costing him. Oh, now he spins off.
That is classic.
That
gets excited on that throttle.
Classic. Low downforce. Spun those back wheels.
And you've lost your front wing, and you've probably lost about 10 points with that mistake too.
Probably 8 positions.
That is brutal. It was a great pass by Sanabria though. What a pass from Alejandro Sanabria.
We got Angelone coming out of the pits.
He's down in
Hard
11.
tires.
That's, well, tires is a little irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it has to. Like, I think putting hard tires on once you've had a race like Angelone has is like, it makes you feel a little bit better, but really it does nothing. It's a no-brainer decision, but you're like, oh, I got the hard tires on now. Just makes you feel like everything is going okay. But when do you start to think, if you are Angelone, when do you start to think about finishing in P10?
And when have you ever seen 2 Honda McLarens in first and second place?
That doesn't happen either.
No.
So do we have any fights going on?
If I'm Angelone, I think I'm going to finish right in P10.
Let's go with Cook and Cardozo.
Oh, mistake up front from Sanabria too, and Reina is going to be right with him. But like you said, John Cook is catching Cardozo. Medium tires for the Captain Cook, and Cardozo's on the softs, so John Cook quietly having a nice race here.
I've seen John Cook improve over the last few races of last year, and in the off season he is really
last
fast.
year he looked like another man in the winter series, and he looks the same this time around. Somehow when the season starts he comes back to the old captain.
Can't teach an old captain new tricks. He finished 9th in the winter series last year, just like you said. Will we have a pass up front? The gap was down to 4/10 between Reina and Sanabria. Looks like Cardozo and Cook did get past Cardozo. Reina is now attacking McLaren 1 and 2. Will we see another collision here? These guys have got to play it safe, but also give it the beans. Reina up the inside, and Sanabria lets him go just like a soft dandy. And Reina gets the place. I'm not sure whether I like not defending for the lead. I understand it's very early on in the race, winner series, but it's still got a number 1 by the side of his name. So we have a new leader. How many new leaders is that now? 4? 3?
A lot of them. We had Angelone briefly.
Yes, very briefly. Then Ben Boca with an exceptional start that he had. Sanabria led, and now Carlos Reina takes his turn in the lead. As we play musical chairs, who else is close to making a pass? None of the guys at the back are anywhere near each other. Angelone is 2 seconds behind Ben Bocart, so both of these guys that lost the front wings and have had disastrous days are within 2 seconds of each other, and they are in P10 and 11, so they could already be thinking sprint race. So as we go through the order, Reina comes through to complete another lap, and he is the leader, Carlos Reina. Alejandro Sanabria is in P2, technically his teammate, although teammates mean nothing at all today. Ivan Georgiev is P3, Aaron Jimenez is P4. He had a great start. His progress has stopped. However, it should be noted he is on the bright orange tires. So I think Aaron Jimenez, he's definitely going to lead this race at some point, barring a disaster. And then he'll get the soft tires on, so keep an eye on Aaron Jimenez. Jacopo Cardozo in P5. The captain John Cook on the white tires, just to be different, in P6. Danny Corvo is 7. Paulo Rodriguez is 8. Thomas Shepard 9. Osvaldo Angelone in 10. And Ben Boca in 11, who just got passed by Osvaldo Angelone. And Bocart's going to go right back for a pass. Bocart's car is fast in the straight line, but he can't get it stopped. All that speed completely wasted if you can't get it to stop. It looks like a handful too.
Yeah, he mentioned before the race he was having trouble with downforce and balance.
He doesn't have enough. He needs to put a couple clicks on both, it looks like. So, Aaron Jimenez on the hard tires right now, staying with Ivan Georgiev, who is on the soft tires, looking pretty. 5 seconds away. I think Jimenez's team will be very, very pleased. With starting from the back means absolutely nothing in the Winter Series, because he can win this race. Now, question for you on, we're going to play, what's it, game 20 questions? Well, I got one for you. Why did John Cook put the medium tires on? If you have to run hard tires at some point.
The strategies I've seen from the captain, he's always using a different tire than the rest, for some reason.
and how does that play out for him?
So far, not so good.
Mixed results. let's say mixed results and be nice. And just find it interesting because he's going to have to run the hard tires. So he must be really, really suffering with tire wear to not feel any confidence in the softs that he could go 10 laps would be enough. These guys can come and pit right now and put the hards on and they'll be fine, surely.
So Jimenez is catching up your Jeff.
On the hard tires. Well, the soft tires are probably going to be coming to an end soon.
Yeah, we're on lap 11 already.
Yeah, a couple more laps maybe.
Yep.
And you know the pit lane here is going to catch a few guys out with the blind entrance to
Oh yeah, that is so tricky, especially when you're using cockpit view.
Which all drivers are forced to do by the evil moderator.
Not really.
Well, that's true. You can do all sorts of things. Camera up, held.
We only ban the swingman.
Just swingman. To be honest with you, I think it makes absolutely no difference at all. I think the winners will win whatever camera you can put it in. You just adapt. That's what happens. There was an age-old debate where the TV pod was faster, and it turned out, realistically, I don't think it really makes that much difference.
So
I think you can see incidents
getting close.
You can see incidents better with the TV pod, but it's not necessarily quicker. But yes, Shepard is probably the man to watch right now. He's closing on Paulo Rodriguez, his teammate. It does not matter. Let's state it again. Both using the medium tires as well.
We got
obviously
Angeloni's overtaking now.
Where did he come from?
Yeah, way back. Let's look at that again.
He's gonna, no time. He's gonna be trying to get the other one. He's in a Sauber sandwich. This is so dangerous too. When you are 3 seconds a lap quicker than the guy in front, you don't know when he's gonna brake. You don't know when he's gonna turn. You don't know when you're gonna run into the back of him. You just have to make a move. I think he might have to lunge one at some point. Because this is an accident waiting to happen.
We have an off track by the captain. See if it's something big or not.
Angelone, you don't want to pass through here?
Oh,
why does he keep running?
Thank goodness.
The worst
Rodriguez
place to pass.
gave him. Oh.
Great driving.
That was close.
Oh yeah, that's one
Rodriguez.
of the hardest turn to make an overtake here.
Yeah, it looked like he let him go by.
He was, and it was 50-50 too. If Rodriguez really wanted to try and keep that, if he wasn't smart enough,
so Cardoso's
that
in the
would have
pits,
ended in a crash.
Coming out with the hard tires, of course.
But I hope so. I'm sure the captain will
ahead
go
of
for another
Angelone.
mediums.
I'm gonna expect Ivan will jump into the pits this round.
Cardozo comes ahead of Angelone by 20 seconds. Well, that's what it says. Oh, my system is not updated. Now it has. I was going to say 20 seconds. Man, 20 seconds looks smaller these days. It's like right there. So, where will Angelone finish?
I mean, he's running in 8th. I would think 2 more positions or something. Because after Danny Corriveau, it's 33 seconds more. So, he's too far.
Yeah, he's probably going to be in a 3-4 battle. Look at this fight between Cardozo and Corriveau. Cardozo obviously on the fresh tires. Although the fresh hards seem to be better than the used softs. Oh, that is not the line to take through that corner.
It looks like
Jacobo.
Angelone might overtake Cardoso this DRS zone.
But this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. It could be 3 wide. 3 wide. It is 3 wide.
They both have DRS.
Angelone has it, but now he has a terrible line, and Cardozo will have DRS again. Will Angelone have DRS again? He does, so that saves him. Angelone has DRS once again, because if he didn't, that could have got ugly very quickly.
Okay, we're going on to the halfway mark of this race. We should be seeing some pit stops. These top 3 guys are pretty close. I wonder if we'll get an undercut by anybody.
We
Yeah, we
have
probably
a
should have seen some pit stops a
retirement
few
by
laps ago.
Thomas Shepard.
Shepard is out, and he's
Stuck
left.
in the gravel.
He left the race. Does he know there's a second race? Answers on a postcard,
Yeah.
please.
Some people just leave and that's it.
It's an emotional decision.
Yeah. Can't
Still
stand it
not
anymore.
in the pits.
Let's go with Ivan. He's getting closer to Sanabria.
Still nobody in the pits. This is baffling.
Yeah, lap
Somebody's
15
gonna-
and we got like half of the grid without a stop.
Yeah, lap 3. Pit lap 3, you get the undercut.
Yeah.
Go aggressive. I tried that at Silverstone.
Yeah, I was gonna say
little
that.
Too aggressive. Yeah, too aggressive. I was too early, but that's okay. Live and learn. Yeah, I am surprised though. Everybody's been a little bit nice, a little bit tentative.
I think your Jeff is the guy
surely
to watch
will.
now.
Surely we'll see some people jump in this lap. Are they playing chicken? I mean, they're just waiting to see who'll jump first.
Yeah, looks like the tires are good this year. Although if you go on board with your Jeff, you can see the blisters right in the center. That front left doesn't look too good. DRS on to your Jeff.
Okay, Sanabria
Yeah.
into the pits. Ivan's going to have to put in a monster lap here to stay in front.
There comes the hard tires. They look nice on that McLaren.
It's a manner. I keep telling you. It's the same car.
I really hope they come up with a better design this year.
They said don't expect the same colours as last year. Thank goodness. Does Sanabria come out in clear traffic? Yes, he does. So he should be able to hold on to that place then. Clear traffic, undercut. I don't care what colour the tyres are. He should be able to hold this. The captain did take a set of hards. So he's good to go to the end. Bocart is still running. He's in the magic 10th place.
Ivan's put in a really good second sector. If he can hold on, he might be able to come out in front of Sanabria.
So think
Ivan
about this.
Georgiev.
You finish in 10th place, you get a point, but you're gonna start first on the sprint, potentially winning 15 points.
Exactly.
Some strategy going on.
Exactly. I think it's a little... Well, around about now. I think you're in 9th, 10th now as Ivan comes into the pits. If you're in 9th, 10th place position right now, I think it's time to start thinking about sandbagging for that P10. Georgiev gets it slowed down and stopped. Aaron Jimenez will not lead yet because Carlos Reina is still staying out there.
Yeah, we have Reina, Jimenez, your Jeff is just in the pits, and Danny
Sanabria
Corrigo.
screaming. Sanabria screaming around the last turn. Will he have done enough to get out in front of Ivan Georgiev? Ivan's already out of the pits though. Look at that lap.
That was a quick lap by your Jeff.
Great lap. I said he would do it. I never had a doubt that Ivan would be able to hold on. So Ivan, where did that pace come from? Where has it been the whole race? Reina is going to have to pit sooner or later. Does he know he has to use the hard tires? Please tell me.
Hopefully he
brain of
does.
Rain knows.
I see him on TeamSpeak with Cardoso, so I'm sure he's gonna know that.
He's lost a lot of speed in his last few laps.
If he doesn't pit this lap, I'm sending the Falcon to message him. He does.
Sending the Ravens.
Thank goodness. There are still some guys out there that know what they're doing, and Carlos Reina is one of them. The bringer of rain brings it in for a set of the hard tires. So Aaron Jimenez will finally get his glory that we all knew was going to come at some point, of leading this Grand Prix from the back to the front. Aaron Jimenez, the new leader.
Now Jimenez has yet to stop, so this should be brief.
Will he do the one lap splash and dash? That would be silly though. He probably wants to pit about now or in a lap or so, because to get those soft tires are going to be good for 7 or 8 laps.
Let's have a look at how the tires are looking now.
Yeah, Reina managed to do 14 laps, still improving every single lap on his time before lap 15 when it started to drop off.
Those hard tires don't look too bad on Jimenez.
No, he can keep going, but Reina managed to do 14 laps and still keep improving. So I think those softs, now would be a good time to come in. Everybody else has got the hards on. Now come in, get yourself the set of softs. Where will he come out? He will come out right between Sanabria and Angelone, so he'll come out in clear air if he comes into the pit right now. It's time to pit. Send in the Falcon. Let them know it is time. You're getting my stamp of approval to pit right now.
Let's see if it does it at the end of this.
I can feel it.
Come on, get in.
When I get that feeling.
There we go. Oh man.
See, it's not my first rodeo, folks. Into the pits he comes.
Hard brake.
Look at that tire smoke. That kills your brakes. If you're ever struggling for brakes and you do that, don't do that, kids.
Look at the flat spot on the front left.
Just making sure that those set will never get used ever again. That set's going to be a coffee table for somebody.
Brand new set of soft.
Brand new set of sparkling soft tires. Clean air. Angelone is going to be behind him, but he's going to be on an old set of hard tires. So I don't think he'll be too much of a threat. But we never know. We're going to find out how fast Angelone is right now.
Should we go over the order here?
We sure can. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Reina in first position, followed by
Have someone off the road. One sec. Paulo Rodriguez is off track. The track.
Let's have a look at that one.
He was off track. He actually did a very smart thing. He's not rejoined. He could have plowed right into Ben Bocat, but he didn't. Now, is he spinning on purpose? Is he spinning on purpose to get that P10? That's the question.
Could be.
We'll find out.
Alright, so we were with your Jeff, followed by Sanabria in the McLaren. He's in P3. Jimenez in P4 in the other Ferrari. Osvaldo Angelone in the Red Bull. He's in P5. Jacobo Cardoso in P6 in the pink Force India. The captain John Cook in P7. Danny Corrivo P8. Ben Bocat in P9. And the last car on track is Paulo Rodriguez in P10.
Danny Corrivo for me has been one of the more disappointing guys currently. Not for forever. I'm not saying like I don't like the guy. Just this race, I thought he could have done a little bit more than what he has. He's been very quiet in P8. I think he's struggling with the handling of that car. The times have been all over the place, like a pinball machine. So I expect maybe some better things from him in the sprint race.
Yeah, there's your chance to get some points.
All these guys will score points, or is it still the top 10?
Let me have a look. I think it's the top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah, it goes down to
so
P10.
All of these finishers will currently get points.
Exactly. But I believe they have to meet the 70% rule.
Get my calculator out here on my trusty iPhone 4S, which is still going strong. 70%, you said.
Got an off track by Ben Bocat.
All of these guys have completed 20 laps as of this lap, so that will be 20%.
Alright.
Not time to park it in, but very close. Pull it into the garage. If you're Paulo Rodriguez, probably time to put it in the garage in about a lap time. Ivan Georgiev is 9 seconds behind Carlos Reina, who looks like he has this race won.
Yeah,
Sanabria
like
is in the pits. Sanabria is in the pits.
Let's go with Sanabria. Something wrong there, and not sure if. Oh, this looks like
Nope,
it's a.
the hard.
Oh, he quit.
Oh, he's out.
What?
What is
That
going
is
on over
surprising. And he didn't meet the laps, right?
there? He did make the laps. He made 20.
I'm getting reports here. He ran out of fuel.
Ran out of fuel. That is disappointing. What type of fuel was he using? Because it's
They're
not
learning
a good
the
type.
boost and the mixture. That makes a difference.
There's no way he had 140 liters in that car. That could not have happened. 14 liters a lap or something like that. No, that would be 7 liters a lap is what that would be. That seems high. So methinks a little bit of driver error and a little bit of... Oh, and Jimenez is spun! I just caught it with a spin in my eye. He's parking it. He's parking it and he's done. What are these guys doing? Just giving away point. Hey, you have a point. You take a point.
Yeah.
There's a point here. Yeah. Hato gets a point. Everybody gets a point.
And
This
now
is great.
Cardoso is up to P4.
That is why Cardozo does so well in races.
Yeah,
Because
he
everybody
hangs on.
else drops out. Yeah, he hangs on.
I'm pretty sure nobody tried the engine settings we have in this mod, and Cardoso has probably that tuned down.
Smart guy. So that will move
Now,
Cook up to 6. Danny Corriveau, I said he was having a great drive. He's gonna go up to P6 now. Bocart is gonna be 7th. Rodriguez 8th. What on earth is going on here? And now there's nothing to talk about. Georgiev is 12 seconds behind.
Now we wait.
Osvaldo is 8 seconds behind him. Cardozo is 16 seconds behind him. John Cook is 7 minutes behind him. And then everybody else is a full lap down, so there's officially nothing to talk about anymore. So we will take a break.
Now is when you throw the commercial here. Buy Fanatec, please.
Honda. That is
I
funny.
can almost assure you, Ivan is running on a 2 on his radiator and full boost.
How do you know this
Full
information?
The lap
I can
time.
almost guarantee you. Let me just put it that way.
But you still didn't answer my question. You just guaranteed me again. Just like it's one of these pyramid schemes. You didn't answer the question. How do you know this? What information do you have?
He knows a guy that knows a guy.
I know a few guys that know a few guys.
There's some guy in that Ferrari
And
garage.
I'm really curious to see if he's going to make it to the end. Because I mean, it was obvious he didn't change his
He's not smoking.
quality set.
He is not. He's got the nicotine.
Something
He's
wrong
got
with
nicotine on that
Angelone. He went off track. Let's see.
Yeah, well, his tires are gonna be. Oh, he's done a front wing. He's got no.
He had a collision with Rodriguez.
He's lost it.
Oh, another collision for Angelone. Oh my goodness. He's still running in 3rd place, gentlemen. He's still running in 3rd place. He's only 29 seconds behind. He has a car that looks like it has gone through hell and back. Take him to church already. He's done for the day. Give him his points.
Yeah. I don't know how he's going to make it.
He's still finishing 4th. Jacobo Cardozo will be on the podium, gentlemen. He does it again. The Pink Panther. So Carlos Reina is going to come through and win this race, barring... I mean, is he going to run out of fuel? Is he going to run out of boosts or what? The boost is interesting. The boost and mixture is really throwing, I think, these guys for a loop, but I mean, I would expect 28 laps this to not be a problem. I thought final round this would be a problem, but
Yeah, well, this
Yeah,
is why
it
we
should
do this
be.
race short.
this is driver error.
With 28 laps, we're looking at about 110, 105 liters with full boost and full mixture.
So it's a driver
yeah,
error.
it'd be tough.
Yeah.
That'd be tough to make it on a full race.
Maybe he had planned to use a lower boost setting and forgot to switch.
Well, let's ask Adam to ask his guy that knows a guy, and we'll find out. Angelone is still.
Make it.
He's still in the pits. Oh, he's put the softs on. You see, again, it's just a make me feel good thing. He sat there. He still hasn't got a nose on. His car is bent, but he has enough composure during all of this to make sure he changes the settings to put a soft tires on.
That is
a
long
true driver.
stop there. If the suspension is broken, that's it for this.
I think he is officially becoming one with the circuit.
There's a new wing.
Oh, there we go. And he is away. Such a quick stop.
Soft tire looks nice on that Red Bull, I gotta say.
And he's going to come out with something to play for, because John Cook is coming around turn 1 on a grandma's old set of hard tires, and Ben Bocat's on some soft tires, and Osvaldo Angelone is right behind him, and Georgiev is going to try and lap them. There is some excitement back in this race.
Yeah, 4 laps to go.
Georgiev on Bocat. Bocat needs to move out of his way right now. Like
I
yesterday.
can assure you, Ivan is screaming right now.
Yeah.
What is going
There's
on? All of
Bocat
a sudden,
moving.
where's this traffic coming from?
No, don't do it like that. You see,
That is risky.
kids, that is why you don't let guys through a fast S-bend. 1, because it's risky, and 2, because you just let Angelone right through. Just slow down on the straight, gently let the guy go, and truck him right behind him. I tell you, it works every time. Lesson to be learned. Never let a guy go on a corner. Ever. Always on a straight.
So it looks like we have
And
a
now-
fight now.
Bocat is... Yeah, this is going to get awkward. I think Georgiev should probably just let Angelone go here.
New tires. He's
I'm
probably
sure he will.
enraged
done
inside that Red Bull.
Yeah, well, he's crashed into everybody else so far today, so can we make it the full house?
And he goes by.
Oh, nice clean pass. So, Cardozo will get a podium. The captain, John Cook, is on for 4th. Osvaldo Angelone is 5th. Will Angelone catch Cook? That is the final question that I have for you today. 20 questions, I've only asked you 2. But the final question today, will Osvaldo
He's
catch
within
Angelone?
range.
He should do. He should be able to catch Cook, I would think. 2 laps to go after this one.
Exactly, lap 26 going on.
So, Rayner, it looked like qualifying was going all down the toilet for him with that first mistake, and since then he has bounced back and had a fantastic evening. Cook is off the track, and that will surely gift Angelone, and now he's run wide, and there it goes Osvaldo Angelone. The sheer fear of
Easy
Angelone there, I
pass.
think, forcing Cook off the road. I think he was going to get him anyway. So after everything said, done here today, Osvaldo Angelone is going to finish in P4, it looks like.
Looks like Bocat had a fight with Corribo not so long ago.
Off the
actually.
track or on the
track?
Oh, okay. Thought you were just
Having
going
a
through
l-
YouTube.
Removing the helmets.
I had somebody do that to me one time.
Karting.
This is the time of the day when we'll usually do some personal stories, and I actually had somebody offer to have a fight with me after one race one time, and I still had my race helmet on. He did not, and he asked me politely to remove my race helmet, and I declined. I said that I don't think that's in my best interest right now to remove my helmet. So
Lap 27. Do we have a fight?
That does always crack me up. When you watch American football and the guy yanks his helmet off to go after some guy.
Yeah, I know, but you leave it on. It's gonna protect you. No one's gonna punch a helmet. You have to be crazy. So 1.5 laps to go for Carlos Reyna.
Punch me in my chest plate. Go ahead.
Exactly. Otherwise, you end up with concussion-like symptoms, whatever that means. Answer on a postcard, please. So Reyna is going to come down the second biggest straight on this circuit. I got out my measuring tape before and found out that this straight is not as long as the pit straight. The pit straight is almost 1 kilometer long in length.
Overtook Bowcat.
Danny Cordovo has woke up.
There's a yellow, the white flag being waved at Reyna. That's the last lap.
Oh, okay. I'm still not used to this American custom of waving the white flag.
Yeah, that means you should surrender there.
Yeah, the white flag means something very, very different where I am from. I don't really understand why they chose white. They couldn't choose a different color, like maroon or something. But anyway,
so up to this point, all the cars from P4 to P12 are a lap down at least.
Why is Reyna
so fast?
He's giving it the beans this lap. Is he going for fastest lap?
Go off track, do something fun.
He did. He did go off track.
Break a wing.
Off track for a brief second, and I'm like, I don't. It's time to slow it down now, Carlos.
Isn't these the hardest laps, really?
The last one?
Yeah.
Nah, I think the first is the hardest.
Oh!
That would have been game over on that wall.
Listen, I'm not playing with you right now. This is not in the bag coming into the final corner.
This was a long race, huh?
Yeah, it felt like it. But Carlos Reyna, the bringer of rain, is gonna bring it home.
There we go.
To take the full points. 43 minutes and 40 seconds was the time to beat today. Carlos Reyna, the winner. Ivan Georgiev's gonna come through in P2.
Last corner.
Just an awful line through there. It's always the last corner of the last lap.
Yeah, there's Georgiev celebrating second place.
He's confused, maybe. Came in second. I never like to see someone celebrate second place.
Yeah. But look at Cardoso in third.
You see, it's not okay. It's not okay for Georgiev to celebrate second, but it is okay for Cardoso to celebrate third right
Yeah, oh yeah.
Give us a little something. Did you see that? I didn't see nothing.
No reaction. I didn't see any arms or anything.
Osvaldo Angelone is
fourth.
Still coming round. He's going to be in fourth, yeah. He did finish.
He is cruising. Maybe he's running out of fuel.
Everybody's finished. No, everybody's finished.
Oh, really? Ah.
Yeah, they're already a lap down. We already missed it.
Ah, that's right.
Everybody came through to finish, so there you go. We have the final order. Take it away, Adam.
Looks like first position we have Carlos Reyna. Nice race. Ivan Georgiev taking second place.
Georgiev.
Third place.
Georgiev. I think. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I know a guy.
I think he's Russian. I'm not sure. I feel like I should give it a little more.
I think he's Canadian.
In there somewhere.
He's Matt's neighbor.
Canadian, same thing. There's all types of crap being thrown out here. So.
Anyway, Jacobo Cardoso taking third place, rounding out the podium. Osvaldo Angelone coming back from a first incident with Reyna, taking fourth place. Nice finish. John Cook, the captain, fifth place. Danny Corrade for sixth. Ben Bocat taking seventh place. Eighth for Paulo Rodriguez, the Portugal. Ninth, Aaron Jimenez. 10th, Alejandro Sanabre with the DNF. 11th for Thomas Shepard, who is left. We have no idea where he's at.
Yep.
And 12th,
sleeping probably.
Juan Palacio.
Yeah. Well, it's time to come back, Shepard. It's time to come back because it's time for the sprint race. There's no second qualifying, no gizmos, gadgets. Is there a warm-up session?
We got
in
10
this one?
minutes to practice, and then we move straight to the race.
10 minutes, and that's what, you know what that means? The Golden Duck Award is back up. Who will win this session? That is the real question. Who is your driver of the day? Let's choose. Well, we say driver of the day, we mean driver of the half day. Well, it's
I say it's
a longer
Carlos.
race. It's a longer race than the first race, so it's who's the driver of the 3/4 day so far? Let's go. You say Carlos.
I'd have to give it to Jacobo on this race. It seemed like he had a good race. He came up probably as much as anybody in this race.
1 vote Carlos Reina. 1 vote Jacobo Cardozo. I'm gonna give my vote to Carlos Reina. You say Carlos, I say Carlos. I think P1, although
Cardoso did well too, but he made a mistake
well.
and yeah, went down.
But yeah, this is what I'm basing it on. I'm only basing it on one factor, which is that Carlos Reina was involved in a collision, which was 60-40 his fault, but still a collision. Cardozo was at 100% fault
Yeah.
for his spin. So by 40%, and my mathematics vote, Carlos Reina is the 3/4 driver of the day award so far. You see, we had a bit of science, we had a little bit of fun for the children who should be in bed. Stick around, you'll learn a little something. So, does this mean that I get to go on break now?
Yeah,
for 10 minutes?
We got 10 minutes to rest here. Well, you
get
to rest. I'm editing the grid.
Speaking of kids, I should probably put mine to bed, so I'll be right back.
So if we get ready for the next race, let's remind the viewers.
It's
1 hour and
next
27.
Thursday.
Next Thursday is the race from, is it from Magny-Cours? Magny-Cours.
Yeah.
And I believe there is a different French race on the actual F1 calendar this year. No idea.
It's
where
Paul
that
Ricard.
is.
They use that for testing.
And they're gonna race on it?
Apparently, yeah.
And that is better than Sepang and Istanbul. Correct?
Yep, according to the new F1, it is.
Wonderful. So pit stop is not mandatory. I don't think anybody will be making a pit stop in this one. You'd have to be crazy. So the grid will be reversed. Sanabria will get the pole position.
Yeah.
Jimenez will get second position. Rodriguez third, Bocart fourth, Corriveau fifth, Cook sixth, Osvaldo Angelone 7, Cardozo 8, Georgiev 9, Carlos Reina 10, and Juan Palacios is going to find out the hard way, folks, that life on this side of the pond just ain't fair sometimes. You finish last in the first race, and you start last in the second race. So Osvaldo Angelone got 4 points for the pole position. We should remind ourselves of that. So, although he finished 4th, which I'm not sure how many points he gets for in the Winter Series. I know it's less than normal. Still got a decent points haul. And he gave some fans a few pieces of body work along the way, so overall, everybody's happy. Nobody's been out doing any laps. I think we have Bocat, who was on a lap, but he just put it in the wall. So guys, really making the most of this 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going through the editing the grid here on the server.
Excitement is palpable. I can't feel my fingers. It's because I have gloves on. Dark horse for this race? I'm going to go out on a limb. I don't know if you can put... Actually, I don't think Angelona's going to win. Actually, I was looking at his car, and his car did not look good. It was bent right from the get-go, but he just didn't seem to be in a groove with that car. Although he's going to have the pace to win, I would guess Jimenez or Sanabria, one of those two is going to take it. I think the Trooper of the Day award has to go to Paulo Rodriguez for staying awake this long. Racing over in Portugal. And what time is it now? Is it 11 o'clock here? That means it's 4 a.m., folks.
Great dedication there.
Dedication gets you my favorite place, which was 8th. Did the session just move, or did everybody?
I did move.
Yes.
I'm gonna move to warm up to edit the grid there, run the script.
Hopefully Adam's children are ready for bed.
Oh, they're screaming. They love it.
Perfect. The sound of good parenting. You know, you might be surprised to find out I don't have any kids yet. Not yet.
Man,
I'm not learned that yet. Maybe in a year or two.
Yeah, I'll give you some advice on that. Wait.
What, don't? Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Never. No, my kids are great. I think they're looking at me right now, so I gotta say that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, you're on a live feed.
Oh,
I have to say some things.
Yeah, man, they're just incredible kids.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
So talented.
Hashtag open bracket. $. Cupcake emoji. Ja, ja, ja. Okay. As we get ready to go, Janos is getting everybody warmed
Yeah,
up.
some people are smoking before the race.
And they still think that it's appropriate to hold everybody else up by finishing the smoke.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, Paulo, I mean, he has to keep himself awake, so that's how you know Portuguese. So, let's get ready to completely turn things on its head and invert the grid and put a big smile on Alejandro Sanabria's face. Isn't it nice when you get something for free, you don't put in a good performance in the first race, and then you're given a gift, the gift of life, pole position for the sprint race. Don't waste the gift. It only comes around once a week. Once a week.
This is not a re-gift. Don't give it away.
He has to win. Actually, Aaron Jimenez has got to win this race. I don't know how he didn't win. Everything was set up so perfectly last race. Started 12th, went all the way through the field, started on the harder compound, put on the soft tires, and then kablamo, just quit. ran out of fuel, whatever, blah, blah. Excuses will be, the end of the day, didn't get it done. So Aaron Jimenez has to get it done in this race. It's his for the taking. He's going to be my pick going into the round. I'm locking him in.
Is the setup still set, or were they changed?
That
Should
is a
be free
question
now.
for Janos.
Free setups.
Yeah.
So we
And
will
this-
see.
Do we
will
have
see.
11 readies? Let's count them up.
Do we really have to count? Just send it.
Send.
Send it. You sent it that one time when I was in the bathroom and I wasn't ready. What race was that? I pulled up to my thing. Okay, oh, they're gone. Had the drive of my life that race.
Looks like Ivan is not there yet.
You gotta learn.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna get myself fired up and ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
We
say
got
some
two cars
buzzwords.
missing. Ivan and Danny. Oh, Ivan is there. All right, I
Ivan is
guess time to do this.
Locked and loaded. Danny is he is ready. 14 laps. Here we go. No time to really. Is there a formation lap in this one?
Yes, we have one.
Well, we do. So we will have time to go through the grid. So that is good. So we won't do that just yet. We'll count down 46 seconds, like it's the ball dropping on a new year. In round 2 of round 1.5 of 1 in the Winter Series. Who will be able
Who will
to
be
take
first?
exactly?
Go ahead.
I believe in the Winter Series last year, like Sasha in the first round won both races.
Yeah.
So it wasn't such a big step for him starting down in P10 in order to win the second one. I think it's going to be harder for Rayner this year, though, to win this one around. There's a lot of guys who he is quicker than, but only just. And there's one noticeable guy ahead of him that he is not quicker than in P7. So we'll get ready and run through the grid once again. I'll give it to Adam to start this one off.
Yeah, it looks like McLaren's starting off in pole position. Alondro Sanabre had a great race in the first feature race.
He did have a great race going, and then I think he ran out of fuel. Is that correct? That's what happened?
Yeah.
He went, interesting. He's gone with the medium tires. So he's going to start first on the medium tires. Clearly not doing a stop. Aaron Jimenez is going to be in P2. Why is he so far back on the formation lap? That is
He
the
was
question.
sleeping on that grid.
P2, Aaron Jimenez.
Yeah, and taking third, Paulo Rodriguez from Portugal. He is up late tonight, or you should say early morning.
He went with the medium tires as well. Jimenez went with
Looks
the
like
mediums.
it.
Everybody's with mediums so far. Danny Corriveau, though, went with the soft tires. He is in 4th place in the Ferrari, so expect some good things from him.
And Ben Balcott. Let's see if he can get some more downforce on it in 5th place. Hopefully hold this car together.
Time well wasted if he did not put any extra downforce on that car in that 10-minute break that we had. The captain, John Cook, will start P6, going with the soft tires this time round. I thought he would have been a medium guy, going with the softs. And we don't have 7th place. He's in the garage.
Yeah, it looks like Osvaldo Angelone is not coming out.
Yeah.
Did we
Emotional
miss
long
him
of
on
a
the
break.
ratings at the beginning?
Yeah, he was one of those.
Emotionally distraught from the first race. Or they're still fixing that car, maybe. So
Yeah.
Jacopo Cardozo is in P8.
And Ivan Georgiev, as I'll say it for now, is taking 9th position. Let's see if he can attack now that he's had time to change his set.
Carlos Reyna, the bringer of rain, will try and bring it in from P10, the winner at the first race.
And Ferrari taking taking the back seat, Juan Palacio, 11th place. Let's see the lights. Come on.
Hopefully they come on with Osvaldo
Quicker than
on the
last time.
pits.
Osvaldo is in the pits.
That car in the
He's gonna
pit
start from pit lane.
might cause an issue.
We have 2 stewards in the box, as it looks like, on the actual game, so that's fantastic.
This is a good test for the game to see what happens for this starting for the pits.
Expect the Lotus Caterham safety car to come out at any minute. Here we go. 3 lights, 4 lights.
Yeah, that's a full start. Full start.
Clearly a jump start. Oh, and oh my goodness, Jimenez is in the wall. What on earth was that? There's a bunch of guys going through, so it looks. So Baucott is up to 2nd. Sanabria is 1st. Rodriguez is in 3rd. Danny Corriveau is in 4th. Captain Cook is in 5th. Will everybody make it round? It starts to tighten up there. And everybody else is going to make it round. But there's contact behind. And now another crash. Palacios is spinning around. He does a nice 360 and keeps going. But what on earth happened at the start?
Carlos Rodriguez is off the track.
Jimenez just put it straight in the wall. I'm not sure what was going on there. Now he has no front wing. And Jalone actually wasn't... He didn't need to necessarily start from the pit lane, but he looked like a bit of a genius from doing it with all the craziness that happened. Maybe not the worst decision in the world, but Alejandro Sanabria leads the race in P1, and I said, oh, and he's run off the track. And Bocart is going to be right behind him, and we know he's fast on the straight, but we know he gets a little bit heavy on the throttle when he's behind guys. That's the mistake he made in the first race. Will he make the same mistake again? 2 Ferraris avoiding each other right behind Georgiev and Corriveau.
That's exactly right. When Ben is out in front, he's flying.
Carlo.
But when he gets behind someone, he seems a little shaky. It seems a little scary.
We have a fight going on for 5th place, side by side. Corriveau is there. Sanabria is in the pits. The leader is in the pits. What on earth is going on here today?
This is what we get to see in the sprint races.
Guys just throwing points away again.
Yeah.
Sanabria has got to be serving out a penalty for that false start.
Oh yeah, he clearly jumped that.
True, good
At
call.
least by half a second.
Yeah, I don't even know what he was looking at.
He didn't pull the
Aaron's
Bottas
in
there.
the pits for damage, obviously.
I wouldn't have thought that Sanabria would have been a guy that would have jumped starts. He's done many races with us. He came 5th at Monza last year in the race, and he finished with 22 points in 20th place last championship. So he should be a guy who knows how to handle the grid.
All right, so Ben has got the lead.
Again, that's twice now. Ben Bocart has been gifted the lead of this race twice. He cannot throw this one away like he threw the last one away.
Now he's got a Russian on his back.
We think.
With a car.
We assume it's Russian with that,
We assume.
Last name.
Georgiev is going to go around the outside, assuming Bocart's going to go defensive. He's kind of in the middle of the circuit. Hopefully he doesn't come back over to the right, which he does not, but he spins.
Oh man.
With another, and now
Yellow flags.
this is a mess. And look who is leading, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos Reina, the bringer of rain, has brought it right through in 2 laps from 10th place to 1st because everybody else is messing around and he's just decided to take the gift. This is...
I've got to take a look at that again. Oh, Ben. Totally lost the rear end.
I think some first race nerves for a few guys. We'll see through the winter series if this stuff calms down a little bit. Because this, you make one of these mistakes in the actual series, you're done. It's you ain't not gonna score a point.
Oh yeah. Even without making mistakes is difficult.
Yep.
Yeah.
You make a single mistake, you are not scoring a point unless your name is Ezekiel Montero. Or
It looks like
Argenis
Ben double shifted down to neutral and threw it back into first gear on that turn.
Osvaldo Angelone right behind Danny Cordovo for P3. Neutral. You need to set neutral as a different button to avoid that from happening. If you set it as a button, that will not happen. Osvaldo Angelone up the inside of Danny Cordovo. Did he do it before the detection zone in the final corner? We will find out, but it doesn't matter. He's too far ahead. And it looks like Georgiev and Cardozo are right behind them. Captain Cook attacking Georgiev now. Too far behind. Bocat too far behind him as well. And Jimenez 46 seconds down. So now it's Reina versus Angelone. And it is a straight fight for this win. The fastest two guys. Somehow it took us to the reverse grid race to get the fastest two guys first and second on the circuit at some point.
And Angelone. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense that it happened in the reverse grid run, as they obviously were in contact in the first round. But let's see. Angelone on the mediums, Carlos Reina on the softs. Who's going to be better?
And I'm surprised with the medium move. I guess he just wanted to go all out.
Well, he could look like a genius.
Could.
If everybody's... I'm surprised too. I would have thought softs was the way to go. But if everybody's softs go ahead and die and start to struggle, then towards the end, it should make the times very, very similar. I think Angelone on the mediums and Reina on the softs should be lapping around about the same time a lap, if they're both putting in the best laps that they can. Because we saw in qualifying Angelone was 6 or 7 tenths quicker than Reina.
Look at Carlos just made a great overtake on the two Ferraris.
He got both of them. My apologies. How did I miss the Pink Panther getting by 2 Ferraris?
Actually, just one. He was sandwiched.
Oh, well then I don't.
Yeah, the Pink Panther.
It only works if he remains in that car. So Ivan Georgiev, surprised that he got overtaken by Cardozo for straight pace. Cardozo's car has come alive in this race. Maybe he's running a bit of a sprint setup here. No great surprise, as we expected. Reina and Angelone just matching each other's sector times right now. So, going into round 2 of the Winter Series, realistically, I think there is only two guys that seem to be completely 100% ready to go into the series, and Jimenez is off again. He's going to probably call this a day here. Yep, he did. He was not going to beat anybody with being that far behind.
Car out. Actually, second.
Ben has spun it again on the same turn.
Did he hit neutral again?
I'll have to check that.
Oh, that's a snap oversteer there on their braking.
That usually means you are braking too quickly or downshifting too quickly.
Or your bias is incorrect.
Yes.
Or your bias
is way wrong.
He went to neutral again? Oh boy.
Yes.
Message, send the Falcon. Change neutral to a different button. Put it a button on the PlayStation in your room, two rooms away from you. Okay? You don't need it.
Your Jeff over to Cardoso now for P3.
Georgiev is back into P3.
It's being chased by the Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther.
You know, we come up with a new nickname every time here.
We? This is a we?
You come up. Yeah, okay, let me give you the credit. Proper credit.
Okay, sure.
Credit where it's due.
He's already sent the email to the patent department.
I see. This is one of those relationship wees that I'm seeing now that I'm engaged. There's a lot of these wees that happen, you know?
By the way, when is that wedding?
Engaged? What?
Yeah, it happened, folks. The wedding is sometime, I believe, in the summer breaks. That's all that you need to know. Is that I shouldn't miss
There
any
is
races.
no summer break this year.
Then I will miss a race.
You will miss a wedding.
No, you have to take that with you.
Yeah, for sure. Reina is being caught by Osvaldo Angelone. So 2 seconds behind, 1.7 behind now Angelone. This could get spicy because these two, the last time they were close to each other, collided at turn 1. Will that be on his mind a little bit?
Yeah. I think Ivan has got a lot of damage and is doing really well to be in third place here.
Yeah, I'm going to extend it to 3 guys that I think are ready for the series, and I think Carlos Reina is one of them, Ivan Georgiev is one of them, and Jacobo Cardozo is the other. Osvaldo, he hit too many cars in the first race to say that he's ready to go to play with the big boys. He's now 2.1 behind, but this is when you would expect Reina to really be able to pull away because he's on the soft tires. So I think 2 seconds behind right now is not too shabby for Osvaldo Angelone.
Yeah, this is a guy who looks like he could be a contender if he makes it in the league.
He seemed that way. He was a contender immediately. 2nd place in his first race. He actually finished all 4 of his races that he ran. His worst finish was 5th place at Abu Dhabi. So he shouldn't even necessarily be in the Winter Series. But every year there's always a top guy in the Winter Series. Corey Mackey was in there last year. Sasha McHenry was in there last year.
You're missing the Swiss fish.
Swish Fish, the winner of round 1. That is the advantage of the Winter Series. Is if you get his car ready, you have a lot more practice than the other guys. So you're 4 races ahead when you go into round 1. Everybody else is still trying to figure all this stuff out. And you saw how many people made mistakes in round 1 last year. We had like 6 or 7 different leaders, and Fisher came through to win it. So that could happen at any point. I'm not seeing a gap between Reina and Angelone because Angelone has taken 1st place. How did that happen?
We missed that overtake. Oh yeah, that was a very slow exit by Reina.
Reina is now weaving sideways. Maybe something wrong with his car. But he gifted Angelone.
Yeah, I thought he flat spotted earlier. Oh yeah, he spun through a corner. He drifted through a corner right before the double apex.
That is a shame. I don't know if he's going to win Driver of the Day now. Angelone is back in the running. He did come through to finish 4th last race after hitting every single car in all of Malaysia. And now he's found himself in 1st. Nobody seems to like 1st place. How many guys today have thrown 1st place away? Those 1st places do not come around very often.
But it looks like the South Americans are coming through today, number 1 and number 2. With a Canadian in 3rd place, Ivan Georgiev from Russia, living in Canada.
Hopefully he's not living in Russia. The time difference would be even worse. Cardozo, he's just always in 3rd and 4th. He's usually in 5th place. And then somebody has a problem, and he overtakes and goes to 4th. And then he usually makes one great pass to get himself on the podium. That's kind of his MO. Paulo Rodriguez still running around. He's in 9th place. He's 15 seconds behind Sanabria. You see guys that just love to race. It's 4:30 in the morning, and he is still running around in 9th place.
He must work a different shift.
That's what we're hoping. Danny Corriveau having another kind of steady drive. He raced one round last year, so he has some experience in the series. He's now in P5. He's 3 seconds ahead of the guy behind, 4 seconds behind the guy in front. Just kind of minding his own business, putting in some good test laps.
Sanabria seems to be the closest fight. Half a second.
That is true. He just ran wide. Guys, some guys really struggling through that double right.
Chasing the captain.
You can chase the captain, but passing the captain is another feat to accomplish. So, with 10 laps completed, Osvaldo Angelone is in first, Carlos Reina is in second, Ivan Georgiev is in third, Jacobo Cardoso is fourth, Danny Corriveau is fifth, Ben Boca is sixth, John Cook in seventh, Alejandro Sanabria is eighth, Paulo Rodriguez is in ninth, and Aaron Jimenez and Juan Palacios are back in the motel. I'm assuming it's a motel because you pay for that, right, Janos? You can't afford a hotel. 2 seconds behind Angelone now Reina, and those soft tires are just going to get worse and worse every lap. Angelone's looking like a genius with the medium tire move. He's got this race all but won. But Reina will still take the most points for the day, although it will be close with Angelone's pole position. Looks like both of these two will be heading to the real thing come March 22nd when the lights go out in Australia.
Let's go with Ben. He's chasing that red Ferrari from Corriveau.
This is where Boca has struggled today, which has been in dirty air or in fights. The back end of that car is just tit-for-tatting every single turn, just dancing. Look at the straight line speed Bowcut still has, but it gets him in trouble when he has to make a lunge, and he managed to hold it under braking into that corner this time around and got the pass done. Corriveau is on the inside, but he will have no match for the speed of Bowcut plus his DRS. Bowcut struggling to slow it down again though into turn 1. Three seconds, the gap up front. Georgiev is in P3. Cardozo just minding his own business. He made the great pass on Georgiev early on, but Georgiev has corrected that. Gone back into his rightful third place. Bowcut, can he hold on to fifth and get some good points here today? And some kind of a positive to go into the next round. Danny Corriveau down in 6th. John Captain Cook trying to just get some solid points in 7th. He's being chased by Alejandro
makes a
Sanabria.
mistake. He's overtaking now.
Oh my god, he's on the grass again?
Yeah.
Shows very early for these guys to be running around. And I have to give some credit. You know, Bowcut, new to the series. He's never run in one of these races before. A week or so worth of practice on the server. This is not easy to do.
Yeah.
This is why you have a winter series for these guys to go through. The best will make it, the rest go home.
Now Sanabria is catching the captain.
And they're both catching Boca.
Curious if Sanabria is going to be able to reel in the captain before the end of this race.
You would think on pure pace alone, Sanabria should be able to do it. Look at the straight line speed he has. That is a late lunge. That's a terrible idea.
Some contact
to
there.
go with that. And then he is very fortunate that John Cook did not spin around. because that
John,
was 2,000% Sanabria's fault.
John did not give up.
He got an off track by Angelon.
Went for it.
Angelon
Let's see if he was big or not. Apparently he just went wide. That's it. Not much.
Sanabria's going to have to do more than that to push the ship off its course. Cook is going to try and hold on to every point that he has, and that's what makes him a proper driver in the regular series, is that he doesn't have the pace a lot of the time, but when given the opportunity, he will try and take it. He finished 15th in the rankings last year. He only missed the rankings by 1 place to actually go into the main series altogether. He got 2 points last year, a 10th at Spa and a 10th at Suzuka. Sanabria is chasing him down, and can he get the extra place? He should be able to get it done going into turn 1 this time without contact, you would think, with the DRS. Up the inside. Yep. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nice and breezy.
Not so fast.
Sanabria goes into P7. I said easy breezy. It's done. Move on.
This is the last lap, actually.
Last lap. Cook. Will he go for a late lunge? Or is he smarter than that?
Rodriguez off track again.
Yeah, what a mess of a race for him.
So Osvaldo Angelone will come through and get the win. Not the win that he wanted, and not the way that he wanted, but a win is a win, even if it is a sprint race. So Osvaldo Angelone will come through to take the win in the sprint race, and he's pretty happy about that. 21 minutes the time and 2 seconds right behind his
He did
Carlos
start
Reina.
from the pit lane, right?
He did.
This is amazing. So there you go. That's my driver of the day right there.
He just won it back for you, despite the fact that I think he even hit all 3 of us in the first race. You've got a case to make. I'm going to ponder that judgment. See if you can win over Adam. Georgiev is 3rd, Cardozo 4th. Corriveau should come through to finish 5th. He does. Ben Bocat, some work to do in that car. He is in 6th. And Alejandro Sanabria, disappointed to be down in 7th. The captain, John Cook, will finish in my favorite position, P8. Paulo Rodriguez, P9. And the other 2, nobody talks about a guy that doesn't finish the race. So we all know Jacobo's driver of the Janos is driver of the day, sorry. We don't know Jacobo's driver of the day. But I'm assuming it's Jacobo. So Janos, we have your driver of the day, is locked in at Osvaldo Angelone, is that correct?
Yeah.
Were you watching the first race? I have to ask.
Well, let me clarify. My driver of the sprint.
There is no such thing.
Driver of the second half of the day, okay?
No such thing. Who was in the morning practice then?
I don't know.
What about Adam? Maybe Adam can put some sense to this.
Maybe he fell asleep.
Man, that's a tough. The top 4 really all had their moments and still came through. I think Danny Corriveau was kind of an unsung. Hey, he stayed in the middle all day long. He didn't have much problems.
Didn't make many mistakes.
I'm not calling driver of the day, but gosh, Osvaldo did come from way behind and scored 4th place in the first race and took it from pits to the first. It's hard not to give the alien his title today.
I feel like I'm going to get outvoted. I'm not going to go for Angelone. I'm actually going to go way off the map here with Ivan Georgiev. Just simply 2 third place finishes. I think that was about the car that he had today. Was about 3rd place. So I think he came where he should have been. He didn't really get in many incidents. He didn't give much away. I'm going to give it to him. But by the process of math and elimination, Osvaldo Angelone is your driver of the day. And that is all from us, I believe. We will get ready for the next round of the Winter Series, round 2, which is taking place next Thursday evening, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for qualifying. Join us if you are available, and that will be from Magny-Cours, France, as we will get to see one more time who has what it takes to play with the big boys. So, from me, Matt Hartley, Janos Magasrevi, and Adam Freitas, take care, everybody. Drive safely. Avoid Osvaldo Angeloni's flying red.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.